Hey, today is March 21st, 2019, and it is March 21st, 2019, the day after the full moon. I think that yesterday was full moon, and yesterday was also the first day of spring. And I gotta say, um, I feel a lot different, like a major shiftings, major shiftings that happen, and I can feel it. One thing for sure is, I think a couple of days ago, I was talking about forgiving and forgetting, and so much stuff has come up during that time, and I've been each time like a circumstance or a memory came up, uh, or a memory of a circumstance that came up, and that I felt like I was, holding on to. I really just blessed it, right? Really just sent it my forgiveness, and I let it go, and felt a lot different. Definitely feel lighter, right? And not sure if it was because of the full moon or whatever it was, but whatever it was, I feel really good. Um, I've been waking up at a good time, like 5:30 every morning. This morning was kind of funny though. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning, and I, uh, I generally never do like morning meditations, right? Because I usually chant, right? Um, Chant, like basically a Buddhist. I chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo like out loud, right? Well, I guess that's what chanting is I'm chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo out loud. Well, of course you chant it out loud. That's what chanting means, to out loud, right? Um, so silly, right? But yeah, so I hardly really do like morning meditations. And I tried a meditation today, and it knocked me out for a bit. And I woke up, and I was like, wow, where did the time go? Right? And that's probably the last time I'll do that. If I do feel tired, um, you know, now I know to just get up and maybe do some exercises so I can pump myself up. um, so that's basically what I did today. Um, what else? Um, you know, I've been reading this book, the Millionaire Success Habits by Dean Graziosi, and I'm on the section where we talk about who is in my circle of friends, right? And he talks about, this is actually really fascinating to talk to my wife about this. Um, so it talks about the people that you surround yourself with are the people that you become. So for instance, if you surround yourself with negative people, right, that have scarcity mindset, or uh, are always kind of mopey, right? Then you will become that, right? Regardless if you're upbeat, right? Because that eventually, out, you know, outweighs uh, outweighs that, right? And the same goes for, if you're surrounded by people who are positive, upbeat, successful, abundant mindset, right? So not that there's a good or bad with each person. It just is, right? So another example is, if you have, let's say you have three friends that are negative and three friends that are positive, then you will be in the middle, because it's a push and pull of energy, right? And yeah, I definitely see that, right? I definitely notice that, and that's why this in life itself, like especially in this practice of Buddhism, right? Like what I've noticed is that we although there are struggles, right? Buddhism is all about winning, right? So I practice this Buddhism called Nichiren Buddhism, which is part of the SGI, Soka Gakkai International, right? And it's amazing because it's not your typical like religion. I mean, actually, to be honest with you, it's more of a life philosophy for me, right? I'm not a big religious person. This is just on the side note, by the way. I'm not a big religious person, although technically it is a religion. But I think Herbie Hancock, which also practices the same Nichiren Buddhism with SGI, he had, and I'm paraphrasing, he had said, interview asked him about this practice, and he said that he practices this philosophy religiously, right? So I completely resonate with that, right? The philosophies in this practice are one of the most amazing practices, and the information there is so beautiful. It's really just like everything is really just amazing, right? So I don't know where I was going with this, but I think what I was trying to say was, so in this practice, right, we have all types of people, right? And so one of our things is have compassion regardless of where someone is, right? And we surround ourselves with all these Buddhists, all these members who are either struggling, feeling weird, whatever it is, man, or feeling great, and but we chant so that we feel good. So it's it's the ultimate feel good practice where everyone just takes full responsibility for how they feel, right? It's just so good. So that's the whole circle thing. Another thing that was like mentioned in this book was, which I like, is called, one of Dean Graziosi's friends had a conversation with him and said, hey, we're both battery chargers, right? And, if somebody makes you tired, then that's a battery drainer. And so that's a really cool concept because what I talked to my wife about this today, I was like, we're both kind of like battery chargers, but sometimes we can be battery drainers depending on if we've had a bad day, and it's much more valuable to be a battery charger, right? So the example with that is if a battery drainer, if you hang around somebody who afterwards makes you feel tired, then that's a battery drainer, right? But if you hang around somebody that you feel like you feel good, you feel like you can do anything, that's a battery charger, right? So it's easy to kind of pick out, and using these examples, if you ask someone, hey, how's your day going? And a battery drainer would, kind of like vent and complain and all this stuff, and just really just mopey, whatever it is, it's right? I don't know if that made sense. I was kind of mumbling at the end, but a battery charger generally would, be like fantastic, man. It's like it's amazing, because the mentality is whatever we're going through, it's great, right? And that's a really strong Buddhist mentality. Okay, I'm just finding the correlation there. This is why I'm talking about this, but because Buddhism and being a battery charger, because when we chant, we also become a battery charger. We're charging our batteries so that we can be up, right? So the correlation for me is that as a battery charger Buddhist, battery charger Buddhist, BCB, basically we are taking responsibility for how we feel. We are taking we are taking full responsibility of the situation and embracing the situation. Like yesterday's video, I talked about karma, right? So we make effort to turn things into a mission, right? So, so with that, we take full responsibility in how we feel, and we want to feel good. You know, when we don't feel good, you know, we go to our Gehanten, which is our scroll, right? And we chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo to feel good, to break through. You know, that might take 15 minutes. That might take a half an hour, 2 hours, however long it takes, right? But we're expressing ourselves so that we can take full responsibility to feel better and raise our energy levels, our vibrations, our life condition, so that we can be the best battery charger Buddhist in the world. So, yeah, that is that's my experience for today. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Anyhow, I think that's it. I gotta go record some songs and for a project, and so I'm gonna cut this out early, and I'm gonna say good night, and let's win together, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.